No on 21. Next. Prop 22, the one that you keep seeing commercials for. Like literally, I did commercials for this shit everywhere. I want to vote yes only because they keep showing me commercials. Commercials work the opposite way for me. The more you show me, the more you tell me, the more you put this shit in my face, the more I want to go against it. I really do. It's a thing. App-based drivers as contractors and labor policies initiative. So a yes vote supports the ballot initiative to define app-based transportation, rideshare, and delivery drivers as independent contractors and adopt labor and wage policies specific to app-based drivers and companies. A vote no opposes the ballot initiative, meaning California Assembly Bill 5 could be used to decide whether app-based drivers are employees or independent contractors. There's been this new thing with California Assembly Bill 5. I'm probably going to read into this right now. There you go. Boom. So Proposition 22 would consider app-based drivers to be independent contractors and not employees or agents. Okay. Therefore, the ballot measure would override Assembly Bill 5 signed in September 2019 on the question of whether app-based drivers are employees or independent contractors. The ballot initiative would define app-based drivers as workers who A, provide delivery service on an on-demand basis through a business online enabled application or platform. B, use a personal vehicle to provide prearranged transportation for services for compensation via business and online enabled application or platform. Oh yeah, A or B there. Examples of companies that hire app-based drivers include Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash. The ballot measures would not affect how AB 5 is applied to other types of workers. Yeah, we'd have to see the whole list of who the hell is included and who the hell is not. Because if it's only Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash, then yeah, you guys literally created a special bill for yourselves. It's kind of fucked. And you guys did. You guys spent like $100 million. You'll see it in the bottom. So AB5 established a three-factor test to decide whether worker status is an independent contractor. The three-factor test requires that 1, the worker is free from the hiring company's control and direction in the performance of work. 2, the worker is doing work that is outside the company's usual course of business. 3, the worker is engaged in this established trade, occupation, or business of the same nature as the work performed. That's bullshit. All of these three are bullshit. No wonder they want to repeal this shit, because this is bullshit. Free from the hiring company's control and direction in the performance of work. But if you get rated, that's performance of work. And the worker's doing the work that is outside the company's usual course of business. No, that is the company's course of business, unless you want to say the Uber company is an app. But the app is about this. This is a weird way to fucking determine these things. 3, the worker is engaged in an established trade, occupation, or business of the same nature as the work performed. So you have to be a delivery driver for Pizza Hut in order to be a delivery driver for Uber? Nah, man. Responding to AB 520 West, the chief legal officer for ride-sharing business Uber Technology stated, because we continue to believe drivers are properly classified as independent, and because we'll continue to be responsive to what the vast majority of drivers tell us they want most, flexibility, drivers will not be automatically reclassified as employees. We expect we will continue to respond to claims of misclassification in arbitration and in court as necessary, just as we do now. They don't care. They're going to take you to court. Fuck it. We are focused on operating as we are. Yep, that's what you're going to do. On August 10, 2020, the Superior Court of San Francisco ruled that Uber and Lyft violated AB 5 and misclassified their workers. Attorney General Javier Becerra responded, the court has weighed in and agreed Uber and Lyft need to put a stop to unlawful misclassification of the drivers while litigation continues. Both Uber and Lyft stated that unless the court's ruling was postponed, the companies could suspend app-based operations within California. On August 20, the California's First District Court of Appeals stayed Superior Court Judge Schluman's ruling from taking effect. So, yeah, that's hilarious. On August 10, they said Uber and Lyft need to stop. On August 20, they said, no, Judge, you need to stop. That's funny. Let's continue. So who is behind the campaign surrounding Proposition 22? On August 30, 2019, 3 companies, DoorDash, Lyft, and Uber, each placed $30 million to campaign accounts to fund a ballot initiative campaign should the legislative pass AB 5 without compromising with the companies. We remain focused on reaching a deal, and we're confident about bringing this issue to the voters if necessary. Newsom signed blah, blah, blah on September 18 without an exemption for app-based drivers and employers. The ballot initiative was filed on October 29, 2019. Spokesperson for the campaign supporting the initiative stated, we're going to spend what it takes to win. It's been widely reported that 3 companies already shifted $90 million, but we're still in the early phases. Bottom line is, we're committed to passing this. Ooh, companies Instacart and Postmates also joined the campaign. That's money's right there. Through September 23, 2020, yes, on Proposition 22 received 184 million, which is the most fund that an initiative campaign has ever received in California, not adjusted for inflation. Uber contributed $50 million, Lyft provided 48, DoorDash contributed 47. We'll check out the numbers on the bottom. The campaign No on Prop 22 received $10.7 million. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters, SCI West, service employees, we'll see that at the bottom. So what else would the measure change? So let's get into the nitty-gritty. Since Proposition 22 would consider app-based drivers to be independent contractors, not employees, state employment-related labor laws would not cover app-based drivers. Proposition 22 would enact labor and wage policies that are specific to app-based drivers and companies, including state employment-related labor laws would not cover. Okay, so Proposition 22 would enact labor and the wage policies that are specific to app-based drivers and companies, including payments for the difference between a worker's net earnings, excluding tips, and a net earning floor based on 120% of the minimum wage applied to a driver's engaged time, and 30 cents adjusted for inflation of 2021 per engaged mile. Engaged time is the time you actually spent driving to, getting the food, waiting for the food. I'm not even sure if it's even waiting for the food. I think it's just driving. I think that's what engaged time measures. Let's actually click on that because that's really important. Oh, I have to click on this. Define driver's engaged time as the time between accepting a service request and completing the service request. Okay, so when you go get the order, then you go pick it up. That's also an engaged time. So when you're waiting for orders, that's not engaged time. Got it. Limiting app-based drivers from working more than 12 hours during a 24-hour period unless the driver has been logged off for an uninterrupted 6 hours. So you can't work more than 12 hours a day? Who the fuck is working more than 12 hours a day? And I think this one is only for one company. So you can work for Uber in one and Lyft for the other time. Like you can work Uber 8 hours and Lyft another 8 hours if you want. Whatever the hell you want. I think this is only for one company, but if it's not 12 hours, who the hell is doing this? For drivers who average at least 25 hours per week of engaged time during a calendar quarter, require companies to provide health care subsidies equal to 82% of the average California covered premium for each month. Yeah, they're just going super specifics on things like right now. 82% of the average California covered premium for each month, which is probably going to change, which is probably why they put 82% so it can keep on changing. For a driver who average between 15 and 25 hours per week of engaged time, healthcare subsidies equal to 41% of average CC premiums for each month. That's still not bad, to be honest. You're still getting hooked up. To me, that's a hookup. Require companies to provide or make available occupational accidental insurance to cover at least $1 million in medical expense and lost income resulting from injuries suffered while a driver was online. Defined as when the driver is using the app and can receive service requests but not engaged in personal activities. Okay, so when he was actually doing a fucking job, require companies to provide or make available occupational accident insurance. Provide or make available, that's two very different things. I think they do some make available shit that just charge, they might go into make a deal with the car insurance companies, which is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Require their occupational accident insurance to provide disability payments of 66% of a driver's weekly earnings during the previous 4 weeks before the injury suffered while the driver was online but not engaged in personal activities for upwards of 104 weeks. Holy shit. I don't see anything bad about this. I think this is a come up for anybody working on the Uber and Lyft because I don't think you were getting any of this shit before. So I would vote yet on this one. Require companies to provide or make available accidental death insurance for the benefit of a driver's spouse, children, or the other dependents when the driver dies while using the app. So yeah, accidental death insurance. I mean, yeah, I guess it's the come up for people. They can make deals with life insurance companies too. I don't see a reason why not to. So Proposition 22 would define a driver's engaged time at the time between accepting a service and request and completing the request. Uber CEO Dara somebody said, what Prop 22 is about is starting to move in the best of two worlds. You've got flexibility, you're your own boss, you're your own CEO, but you do have protections. It's true. The benefit contained in the initiative pale in comparison to what workers are entitled to. In rigging the gig research with partnership of working families and national employment law, the benefits contained in the initiative pale comparison to what workers are entitled to under state law. Again, I'm not very big on entitling anybody for anything. I think privileges, there's too many fucking privileges already. And the reason why healthcare and insurance and all these things are so goddamn expensive is because they're fucking requirements. There's no free market on these things. Certain companies doing certain things with certain policies and a certain group of people with certain pharmaceutical companies. I mean, it's a fucking mess. So the benefits compare in comparison to what workers are entitled under state law. But these people have chosen not to work under the same goddamn conditions. They've chosen this. They could go get a job that does whatever the fuck these other, that benefits them equally under state law, whatever the hell. But they chose not to. I'm not going to lie. Delivery driver is not going to last that long. It's not a long-term career. It really isn't. Automated cars and automated deliveries, they're going to destroy a bunch of industries in the next 10 to 15 years. So you shouldn't be this should be extra money. You should not be doing this for your main income. If you are, start getting another skill, because this is not going to last forever. It'll last for a while. It won't last forever. Let's check here. Proposition 22 would also require the companies to develop anti-discrimination and sexual harassment policies, but develop training programs for drivers relating to driving at traffic, accident avoidance, and recognizing and reporting sexual assault and misconduct, have zero tolerance policies for drivers under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and require criminal background checks for drivers. The ballot initiative will criminalize false impersonation of an app-based driver as a misdemeanor. Ooh. So if you're driving for someone and you're not the person driving, then that could be a misdemeanor. It's interesting. Zero tolerance policy for driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. That's already illegal. So you shouldn't be doing it regardless. Recognizing and reporting sexual assault and misconduct. I guess you can have online classes, but are you going to pay them for the online classes? Are you going to pay, like, most people are paid when they go take these seminars. Are they going to get paid to view the same weird ass fucking seminars? I've been to a few of these seminars for city anti-discrimination and sexual misconduct assault thing. And they're just, a lot of them are fucking common sense. And a lot of them are, he hurt my feelings kind of things. And I think that he hurt my feelings excuse is bullshit. But a lot of it is common sense. Don't hurt people. Don't cause pain. Don't cause hurt. Don't be an idiot. But I guess a lot of people are idiots, so who knows? Amending Proposition 22 would require 7/8 vote in each chamber of California State Legislature and the governor's signature, provided that the amendment is consistent with and furthers the purpose of Proposition 22. Changes that are not considered consistent with and furthering the purpose of Proposition 22 would need voter approval. So if you want to amend Proposition 22, you need 87.5 in each chamber. Interesting. And you also need it to be in line with whatever the hell they're trying to do. If it's not in line, it has to be a completely different ballot. Seems fair. So, ballot summary classifies drivers for app-based transportation delivery companies and as independent contractors, not employees, unless company sets drivers' hours, requires acceptance of specific ride and delivery requests, or restricts working for other companies. Yeah. This is basically the freedom that these companies give you right now. They don't set your hours. They don't have a specific ride and delivery request. It's just on your own, and restricts working for other companies. That they don't. You can work with all of them. I've seen cars with Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and delivering weed all at the same time. Independent contractors are not covered by various state employment laws, including minimum wage, overtime, unemployment insurance, and workers' compensation. Okay. I wonder if they still get deduced. I wonder if they still take some money away for that. Maybe, I don't know. Instead, independent contractor drivers will be entitled to other compensation, including minimum earnings, healthcare subsidies, and vehicle insurance. It's not bad. I don't think that's bad. I think it's pretty good. Restricts certain local regulations of app-based drivers. Ooh. what the hell is it? Restrict certain local regulations. Criminalizes impersonation of drivers. That's actually a pretty good idea. You should be who you say you are. It's just securities, you know? Minor increases in state income taxes paid by rideshare and delivery company drivers and investors. State isn't affected. We don't lose any money. These companies pay money. Fuck it. They can pay the money. I have no problem with that. Support Republican Party. They about that money. Peace Officers Association, the sheriffs are fucking in favor. These companies are obviously in favor. Cow Asian Chamber of Commerce, Chamber of Commerce, Chamber of Commerce, Farm Bureau Federation, Chamber of Commerce, State NAACP State Conference, Small Business Association, California State National Action Network, Taxpayers Association, Crime Victims United of California, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Yeah, dude, if these companies fucking go, who the fuck are we gonna rely for like cheap rides everywhere? Taxis are expensive as shit. I hated using taxis. I'd rather call a family member up for a ride, and that's annoying as shit, than using a fucking taxi. Yeah, I've honestly, if I ever go out to a party, I'm gonna use an Uber, because who the fuck wants to drive back? Fuck all that. I'm all for these companies doing what they need to do. Opposition. Fucking Democrat. They want government rule. They want anything that has to do against government overreaching and over extending their rule. They're all for. They want more power. Joe Biden, no. I'm sorry, I'm not a Joe Biden. I think he should not even be a candidate for president. He should never have been a candidate for president. I don't know why the hell everybody pushed him through. Democratic Party? Yeah, no. Teachers Association, Council of Laborers, Professional Fire. Why are these people against this? Gig workers rising, California. Look, people are just as able to create an Uber-like company or a DoorDash company in which they treat everyone like a goddamn employee. The people in the gig workers, the people who work for Uber, the people who work for Lyft, who are mad about this, who want to be treated as full-time employees with all the benefits, go make your own company. Go try that. I don't understand why what government has to intervene with more business. Look at this though. Support $184 million. Bank. Opposition 10.6. Nah, man, that's major bank. Yeah, no, you can see where the major money's coming from. Let's see where the major money against it's from. United Food and Commercial Workers Western States issues. United Food and Commercial Workers Local. Service Employees International Union. International Brotherhood of Teamsters. I wonder why they're against it. Let's actually click here. Fuck that. It went nowhere. No, where'd it go? Yeah, okay, we were here. All right, whatever. Let's see where everybody's at. A lot of people want to support. Most likely, I am too. Yeah. Anything else we got to read for this one? Nope. So, I'm going to have to say 22, probably a yes. I'm going to let these people get their money. I'm going to let them get some more benefits from these companies, and I'm going to let the companies fucking take care of the shit. No, people want to work as independent people. Let them work as independents. I don't understand why the government has to baby everyone. Stop that shit.